Alrighty, folks, today I'm going to be tortured by my producers with a bunch of haters on TikTok. And I'm very curious to see how much they hate me and why.
First clip.
Girl, are you okay? You feel like it's a red flag?
Please, God, take me now.
Oh, babe. If you need help, let us know, because that's not it.
Okay, 4 red flags on this one. 1, nose piercing. 2, pink hair. 3, crazy eyelashes. And 4, sleeve.
And her nails go back.
Oh, that's like 5. Yeah, no, that's right. Nails was another one. I'm never going to understand the mystery of life where women are capable of typing with those nails.
Or wiping.
Well, I wasn't even going to go to wiping, but...
It rhymes.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this video.
Okay, next one.
Just a reminder that Ben Shapiro is a guy who claims that he cares about facts and logic and yet ignores every time a expert tells him that he's wrong and claims that homosexuality is bad, not based on any facts or evidence, but based on a piece of paper that somebody wrote on in a time when people thought the earth was flat. Real logical guy.
Devastating rebuttal.
I was murdered. You were murdered.
Ben Shapiro does not listen to all the experts I like. He listens to other experts sometimes. When I say homosexuality is sinful, like the sinful, because this concept of sin is in the Bible. So yeah, that's the context. When he says bad, I don't know what he means by bad other than the context of sinful, because, you know, again, there's like bad sushi, but that's not what we're talking about when we talk about particular human activity. If what we're talking about is societally useful, heterosexual relationships are more societally useful than homosexual relationships because they produce children. I don't even know what he means, and I'm not sure he knows what he means.
And I'm pretty sure you don't use the Bible as a source of, like, debating.
I don't use the Bible as a source of debating. And thus, if you're asking me whether homosexuality is sinful, I will always say, yes, biblically it is sinful.
Yeah, but he smirked at the end of that video, so clearly he's right.
He did smirk. There was some smirking. And bad grammar. Those 2 things I noticed.
Ben Shapiro said the dumbest thing you'll ever hear about school shootings. Wham!
We're telling these teachers that it's better for them to jump in front of doors and block bullets with their body than to arm these same teachers so that they can actually defend the students. It makes 0 sense.
There are more than just these 2 stupid options. Either you support teachers pathetically blocking doorways with their bullet-riddled corpses, or you support arming these teachers to defend against mass shootings. Which one is it going to be? How about we instead make it harder for people to obtain the guns used in these shootings to begin with?
Wow. Wow. You mean that there are other... I didn't say those were the only 2 options. One option was better than the other option. There is a third option, but that's probably not the third option because it turns out that we've been trying to make it tougher for school shooters to obtain their weapons, and it's been radically failing every step along the way.
Criminals mock society's laws.
And a third option, by the way, would be things like making sure that people who have serious red flags in their past are involuntarily committed to mental institutions. That's not something that I see the left supporting either. And in fact, I've provided like entire lists of things I think can be done to help facilitate the end of school shootings. The point that I was making in that video is that if you're talking about what teachers in the situation can do, that's what we're talking about here. What can a teacher in the situation do? So here are the 2 scenarios. Teacher is unarmed or teacher is armed, but it's a teacher in the scenario. If you can tell me how the teacher can retroactively go back in time in a time machine and prevent the shooter from getting the gun, I'm up for that too. I just don't see how you're going to make that happen. We'll get to more of these crazy ladies in just 1 second. First, imagine that you go to a coffee shop and you open up your laptop and you're trying to read something good from Daily Wire, and then you feel like, I gotta hit the restroom. So you head on over to the restroom. When you come back out, one of these crazy people is just browsing through all of your material and leaving bad TikTok videos of themselves. That'd be horrifying, right? Well, why exactly would you give anyone control of your laptop, of your internet, of your data? You should not. This is why you should do what I do, and you should use ExpressVPN. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, one of these weirdos could actually be grabbing your personal data. It doesn't take a genius to hack somebody. If it took a genius to hack somebody, none of these people could do it. But it doesn't take a genius. All you need is the cheap hardware, and I use ExpressVPN to protect myself. ExpressVPN creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet, so hackers can't steal your data. It'll take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to get past that ExpressVPN encryption. I love ExpressVPN. It's incredibly easy to use. You know, I don't have to be super tech savvy in order to make it work. I hit 1 button, it downloads. I hit another button, it's good to go. Secure your online data today. Visit expressvpn.com/BenYT. That's expressvpn.com/BenYT. Get 3 extra months for free. expressvpn.com/BenYT.
Ben Shapiro said something today that was really quite remarkably dumb, which I guess is kind of par for the course. Ben said, quote, "School lunches are not going to solve the problem of child hunger," adding, "It does not take that much money to feed a child," which is entirely the point, Ben. We shouldn't let any kid go hungry. And free school lunch goes a long way in helping solve that problem.
No, it really, really doesn't. It really, really does not. Okay, if you're talking about child starvation in the United States, like kids who are radically malnourished, it's not because of school lunch availability or unavailability. It's because they're not getting food at home. Okay, the point that I was making is that school lunches, while they marginally may help kids nutritionally, also involve enormous amounts of waste, as anybody who's ever worked at a school will tell you. A huge percentage of that food ends up in the trash.
Wow, this is garbage.
If you actually want to help kids who are suffering from severe malnutrition, you have to look to their homes. Simply giving them lunch at school ain't going to do it.
According to the Shapiro standard, a coup is acceptable. When a government comes in and starts messing with the Supreme Court. Wait, that's what Netanyahu's doing in Israel.
So should there be a coup in Israel?
Should there be a coup? I mean, it's not my rule.
That's actually a really great point, Cenk.
That's literally what Netanyahu is doing.
And by the way, just to be clear, not in favor of coups under any circumstance.
No, it's not my rule. I don't want the coups, okay?
Yeah, a story today, members of the Israeli Defense Forces have threatened to stop serving should Netanyahu get his way and weaken the country's Supreme Court.
I'm sure that Ben thinks that they should go further.
You don't know me. You don't. What is good? You don't know. You don't know me.
So first of all, let me actually tell you what I said in the original quote. In the original quote, I said that there should not be a coup in Brazil. That was the question. Should there be a coup in Brazil? And I said, no, unless your rights are inherently unprotectable any other way than through a coup, then a coup is inappropriate. What would it take to justify an uprising to overthrow the government? What line would the government have to cross for you to support something like that? Well, the answer is that you could not actually achieve any of your rights by any other means. By any other means. By any other means. And I would assume that there would be situations in which even Cenk and Anna are in favor of a coup. If Donald Trump took complete control of the United States military, dissolved the Supreme Court, and then decided that he was going to eviscerate the Bill of Rights, I assume they'd be in favor of a coup.
If I were the benevolent dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are pleasuring the animal.
And so obviously everybody has limits in which they say that a coup would be appropriate. So when they say they're never in favor of a coup, that's obviously untrue. It's not true. As far as the situation with Netanyahu and Israel, Israel does not have a written constitution. The situation in Israel is completely different than the situation in Honduras. In Honduras, the president of Honduras decided to basically dissolve the Supreme Court entirely and simply declare that he was going to be the sole ruler of the country. That is not remotely what is happening in Israel. It's amazing.
Right. Raise your hand if you breathe air.
But seriously, Ben, we got to get this impersonation like a little more on point here, okay? First of all, you're getting too squealy and you're getting too happy. Kamala starts off deep. She starts off deep and low and slow. So it's something like, you know what I mean? Like she goes into the maniac. She goes into it. She's not born with it. So try again. And then she throws hands in. So you see how that first clip that I stitched, she was like, her hands were kind of flailing at the same time. So she was like, something like that. Try it again. I want to see.
It's a very good critique. And in fact, I've seen this one before and I've tried to work it in. So say, AI is 2 letters and it stands for artificial intelligence.
It's gotten a lot better, your Kamala one.
It's getting better. Getting better. Alrighty, so those are some of the better arguments, apparently. I have to trust my producers. Against my arguments, I did not find them convincing. If you have any other references that you'd like me to critique, things going after me that you think that I should respond to, I'd be happy to respond to anything you drop in the comments.
Hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us.
This is a song to all my haters.